Hi, this is Marina from Darkstar Astrology, bringing you the full moon on the 16th of February, and it's at 27 Leo, and it's going to be square Ceres and the North Node. So we've got Ceres, goddess Persephone, conjunct the North Node at the moment, so those kind of dark goddess themes are in there as well. The fixed star is Alphard in Hydra, the water snake, and we'll be talking about that. And also the tarot card Seven of Wands, and the healing crystal is Carnelian. So the full moon in February is always known as the hunger moon, and traditionally food stores for the winter would be running low at this time. For some places there may be transport issues and they will be feeling the bite. I'm thinking of you, Canada. Especially as that bite could be frostbite, because this moon is also known as the snow or storm moon as well. So the weather can be as fierce as a tiger in these more northern territories. So yeah, for the illustration, I stuck a tiger in there because I know it's Leo, but we're in the year of the tiger, and you do get Siberian tigers as well. So it kind of fits with the theme. So this is the first full moon after Valentine's Day, and it will trigger fixed star Algol, she of the many snakes in her hair, because it will be squaring the nodes as well. And of course, the North Node, is it the North Node or the South? It's the North Node, is on Algol. It's on Algol. So these themes are coming up at the moment. But at the same time, Ceres is trine Pluto as well, which makes for a powerful striking back of Mother Nature and natural law to those who would suppress the natural light of human beings. We also have a beautiful Venus conjunction Mars, which also becomes exact on the day of the full moon as well. So while the full moon aspect configuration is quite lovely, the fixed star stinks. We must remember, however, that we're talking about the collective here. So this shady moon often makes the fixed star interpretation more negative than it needs to be. But in a personal chart, it will describe your challenges in life. So, don't get all freaked out because of this fixed star at 27 of 27 of Leo. So it will describe your challenges in life, whatever planet you have on it, and in what areas. So depending on which house it falls in as well. But as a collective, we're really facing these difficulties currently. So the tragic mother figure could be read as the nanny state. It's also Ceres as well, which can be the dark devouring mother. And these are the interpretations as well of Alphard with the moon. So, Brady actually says the safety of the homeland is at risk. So, I don't want to get too political about these things, but we know that global types don't really like nation states. So, homeland is a nation. It comes from the root of, nation, natal. So it is based on genetic compatibility, I guess. So what is Alphard with the moon? It's lust, wantonness, profligacy. Profligacy? I don't know this word. Profligacy. It's an old word. I have to look it up because I don't even know the meaning of it. Okay, it actually means reckless extravagance or wastefulness in the use of resources. So there you go. I like the example is his financial prudence corrected the profligacies of Nero. Okay, so licentious or dissolute behaviour as well. Back to Alphard with moon again. Back to that meaning, and this is by Robson, by the way, fixed star astrologer. Failure in projects but financial help often from a relative, ill fortune to wife or mother, so that's kind of negative mother again, eventual disgrace and ruin, danger by death danger of death by asphyxiation, which is strangulation. Again, that kind of goes with Algol, losing your head. So that's the meaning from Robson. But Bernadette Brady says it's difficulties with receiving love and nurturing. a tragic mother figure, a ruthless attitude to life, a passion for one's own pursuits, a period when the safety of the home or homeland is at risk. So, yeah, there you go. I think the nation states are being threatened. And now the good points about Alphard, though, is its ability to sing, because it's found in the neck of Hydra the water snake, and like Unakali in the neck of serpents, there are a good few singers, actually, with this fixed star prominent. Also, generally, Alphard gives wisdom, musical and artistic appreciation, knowledge of human nature, strong passions, lack of self-control, here we go, immorality, revolting deeds. So it was going well until revolting deeds. But I think, again, it's like the double-edged sword of these kind of snaky stars again. It's the venomous snake problem again. So, if you're touched by this full moon, like if it really hits anywhere important on in your chart, you could find yourself ultra sensitive to poisons. So keep away from intoxicants. Another price Leo decan has to pay if they want to maintain their authority is to keep their sobriety. So yes, apparently Boris Johnson, surprise, surprise, has a drinking problem. Which is weird because he's often been compared to Winston Churchill, who often was. I think he drank a bottle of whiskey a day. That's what I heard anyway. Again, is that a fact check? Is that a fact? I don't know. I don't know whether that needs to be fact checked or not. But he certainly looks quite. He certainly sounded quite drunken sometimes. Anyway, and as for Boris, I mean, when you look at him these days, he just looks like he's on a constant hangover, really. So yes, Leo decan 3, you must demonstrate purity and virtue or risk losing your high status if they spew out a drug or drink-induced rant. So I don't know, I haven't been really keeping up with the news properly, but I know I just hear bits and bobs, and I know that Boris made some quite stupid speech recently, and they're just trying to get rid of him basically. So this, I think this moon may highlight the exit for Boris. So we'll see what happens. Oh, interesting. Talking about Boris, the moon in Leo decan 3, actually, these are some of the people that have it. So Winston Churchill, Margaret Thatcher, Eva Peron, Gandhi, Benjamin Disraeli, another Prime Minister of England, Prince Philip, and Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. I think he was the... Oh my God, I don't know. He's the leader of... Is it Syria? I think it's Syria. Anyway, the leadership qualities then are very plain to see. And those natives, love them or hate them, make formidable commanders in times of war when life or death decisions need to be made quickly. I mean, I'm surprised Winston Churchill kept it together during the war. I mean, maybe that's why it drove him to bloody alcoholism. Although he was an elite. He was a very elite, and some of them, they do like their alcohol. I don't know, I'm just thinking of, I don't know if anyone watched the Fast show. There used to be this like old guy. He was very, very, very posh, and he used to just sit in front of a fire drinking his port going, and we got very, very, very drunk. So yeah, that was his catchphrase. Anyway, back to the moon. So so the moon in Leo decan 3, it has a nurturing touch though to all these people, even though there's the leadership qualities, but also the nurturing touch of the moon. But we get a real tough love. So that means the collective at this time will have to risk making short-term austerity measures for the sake of long-term prosperity. It's also, this kind of energy is not the type to sugarcoat for the sake of popularity as well. So it is kind of, in a sign that seems so ego-driven, it is surprising perhaps that some of those examples were more about helping others than themselves, I guess, Gandhi. But it all depends on how evolved we are with handling this intense medicine, the venom. But at a lower vibration, this Leo full moon can bring out a ruthless drive and tyrannical tendencies. So, you can see that in the examples of the people that have it. So this is a tough, belligerent placement that becomes more forceful with age. So even if any leaders rub people or the general public up the wrong way, they'll still be admired for their great courage. So, trailblazers will come to the fore and do whatever it takes to protect their people. The roaring lioness who protects her cubs is the most obvious symbol of Leo decan 3. And, oh yes, by the way, the famous fixed star Regulus, king of all kings, used to live in Leo decan 3, but it has moved into Virgo decan 1 now. But you can still feel its presence, that sort of hangover of Regulus there. So, yes, at the mundane level, this moon sort of represents the great patriot willing to die for their country, but it's certainly best to keep this sort of energy as a friend and not an enemy as well. And loyalty is their number one demand, so woe betide you if you betray them at this time, especially with the Alphard being triggered. At worst, you could really suffer greatly if they stoop to revenge, and they won't care who else they bring down with them. So anyone at this time who's doing this kind of stuff. So watch out for public figures who are cornered with when their treasonous activities come out. They will throw everyone around them under the bus. So, I know that Keir Starmer, our opposition Labour politician, he's been accused of not really bringing, the whole paedophile scare that we had. Well, it wasn't scare. It was true. And it wasn't a conspiracy theory. This whole thing with Jimmy Savile, that was all going on under his watch. And there was also, I don't want to bring up the other things that were going on because that's a very hot topic. So there are other things. So if you want to look into it further, just Google old Keir Starmer and see what he's being accused of. Because, this is the thing. Boris has been trying to sort of, don't look over here, look over there. Let's look at Keir Starmer and let's not look at my partying and drunken behaviour. So he's been sort of, doing a bit of a red herring there. But yeah, so that's, I don't know, that's carrying on, I guess, under this moon. So now the tarot card associated with this decan as well is the Seven of Wands. It's a card of giving it your all and of competitiveness as well. So, their politicians are playing really dirty at the moment. It's dog eat dog or tiger eat tiger. And the keywords also really fit well with our Mars-ruled Leo decan 3. So the keywords of this card are rivalry, competition, territory again, the nation, maintaining power and control, staying at the top, resolve, the leader, power, control, principles, taking the higher ground. I don't know who's doing that at the moment, but anyway, holding your own, strong personality, being assertive, being certain and convinced, being forceful, defensive, aggressive, under attack and fighting. So, interesting, even gossip is in there, which can be a theme here with the poison that flies out of Alphard's neck as well. Yeah, gossip wasn't in the keywords, but I think when I was reading the meaning of the Seven of Wands, it was associated with gossip as well. So the crystal I chose was Carnelian, man-eating tigers. That goes very well with it. So I also found out it was a great detoxing stone and will, of course, help with Alphard's venom. So the meaning of Carnelian, it's a stabilizing crystal, perfect for anchoring in the present. It's got high energy, which helps restore lost vitality and motivation, stimulates creativity for new pursuits, improves concentration, removes extraneous thoughts in daydreamers and during meditation. And this stone also protects against envy, rage and resentment. And that's, your own as well as from others. And it encourages a love of life and it's useful for overcoming abuse of any kind, helping you to trust yourself and your perceptions. So that comes from Judy Hall in the Crystal Bible. Also, Charms of Light say that Carnelian is useful for overcoming abuse of any kind. So yeah, I mean, it's very good for this, overcoming abuse from superiors, leaders, bossy people. It helps in trusting yourself and your perceptions. It overcomes negative conditioning and encourages steadfastness. It improves analytic abilities and clarifies. I think that's good. The thing is, at this full moon, there's a very beastly side and operating from kind of very base chakras. So we kind of need to, sometimes when we're just going with emotions too much, then we need something to, try and analyze everything and just get a bit of clarity. So yeah, it sharpens concentration as well, dispels mental lethargy, and it calms anger and banishes emotional negativity. Yes, we like it. So to summarise, if we look at the chart again, you can see that you have that quite harsh T-square with Ceres, but it's, Ceres it's not a square from, one of the big guns, it's not Pluto, but I think because Ceres is on Algol and so is the North Node, it almost acts like that. But they are trying Pluto, so I don't know whether that's the plutocrats being very powerful, but then there's also Venus and Mars conjunction. Now, what fixed star are they on? They're 2 degrees away from Vega, which is hugely artistic, and it's inventive as well. So hopefully, Mars is exalted in Capricorn, so that's one thing. So I think they're quite strong. They're quite strong, and so that's why I came to the conclusion that that love did conquer all. I hope so. But it's also for healing. Trines are healing. So no matter how much Pluto tries to enslave humanity and keep them trapped in his underworld, some trickster will also find their way down into his caverns and rescue Persephone, which is Ceres. And that's what I think the full moon chart shows. Anyway, I hope so. And Mercury is also trine Ceres too. So the trickster, I'm putting Joe Rogan under the trickster here as well. So can the trickster archetype help our Persephone in the underworld this time? We'll see. So yes, in summary, let's use this Carnelian crystal to detox Alphard's venom. Meditate on standing your ground with the 7 of Wands. This moon does resonate with leadership, defiance, and a fiercely passionate heart and courage against all odds. So I think there is a strong theme of David and Goliath as well. So if your heart is in a good place, you could move mountains at this full moon. Okay, that brings me to the end. I've just got some really good news as well. You might notice the ads are back on my site. So that means I no longer have to do all that shilling. I really hated it. I hated having to sort of go, hey, buy my artwork. It's going to be, I don't have to do that anymore. It is there. It'll be in the links, not in the links. There'll be, you can see there's merch now in a line at the bottom of my video, and there's ads. So I don't need to start going on about it too much, which is good because I hate doing that. And it makes it possible to do these videos, and I want to do a lot more YouTube because I really want to do the astrology of Facebook because things are changing, and I'll do a better update I think later on, but things are changing, and I think everyone's had to really regroup and just find ways around the shifts that are happening, because there are shifts happening, big ones, just in how social media is as well, and people are this flocking to TikTok. All the young people, they're all going to TikTok, and there must be a reason for it, and I do think again it might be something to do with Jupiter and Neptune again, another video I have to make. So there's a lot of work. I'm going to be very busy this year. There's loads of videos I really want to get into again. This has reignited my passion and hasn't got me, feeling defeated and I'm banging my head against a brick wall. There's loads to cover, and I'm feeling very hopeful. So anyway, nice full moon in Leo. Take care, everyone, and thanks for your support again. Bye bye.